With so much going on in the stock market at the moment, it can really be hard to determine where to invest your hard-earned cash. And today I'm going to share with you two sectors which I believe could generate large profits. How's it going, guys? Ryan here again with another video, and today we're going to be talking about the two areas where I believe large profits can be made for traders and investors alike, both in the long and short term in 2020. But before we kick that off, please remember to like my video, guys. It helps me out so much, and keep in mind, if you want to see more content, hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all the content fresh as it comes out. Now, without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Now, I've identified two key sectors based on what's currently going on and the predicted trends for 2020 with regards to the stock market that I believe could make decent profits for both traders and investors alike. And those two sectors are gold and biomedicine, and this is due to the fact that there is the coronavirus currently going around, which is obviously related to my biomedicine pick, and as well as that, we also have a stock market crash or a potential crash simultaneously happening, which is why gold is also the other sector I'd like to look at. So firstly, gold stocks, they are really good when the stock market is going south and when there is the potential for a recession or a war or something that's going on in the world that is going to result in the stock market crashing as a result of that event. And this is due to the fact that gold is generally been the place where most people hedge their bets. Now, you could actually invest in gold itself, and you'll see that over the past few months, the gold price itself has been increasing over time. But if you're the sort of person who wants to stick to the stock market itself, what you want to be doing is investing in gold equities. And when we're talking gold equities, I mean in particular gold miners that are currently producing themselves. A couple of examples of these producing miners would be Newmont Mining and Newcrest Gold Corp. These are two well-established gold producers who are currently mining, as I said, and due to the price of gold increasing, it effectively means that when they sell the gold they've mined out of the ground, they're actually making larger margins as a result of this. And that is effectively why the gold equities will go up in value compared to the rest of the stock market in times of a crash or a recession, due to the fact that when things go south, people are hedging their bets in gold, people are buying gold, the gold price is increasing, and as a result, this is actually benefiting those companies who are selling gold itself. Now, that's generally the safest sort of area to invest in when it comes to equities. But if you want to stick to the gold area, but you want a bit more risk to reward ratio, you want a bit more bang for your buck potentially, you want to be looking for the potential new gold explorers, because these will generally increase based on hype. So you want to be looking for small exploration companies which have a relatively low market cap, who have plots of land or areas that are effectively large gold deposits, and you can see that in the future these stocks will clearly increase in value. In particular, you want to be looking at those stocks where you can see that in the near future the resource size that is currently existing there is going to actually increase, and generally look for those sort of catalysts in order to pick the stocks which should go up. Now, as I said before, this is a more risky option, and likely you're still going to want to go long term on these, but if you want to do some short term trades, you tend to probably stick to these more explorer type companies that are going to go up in value significantly quicker if they are an undervalued stock, compared to the well-established gold mining companies, which are likely to just increase in value slightly over time on a relatively consistent basis. Now let's move on to the second sector, and that is the biomedicine sector. And the reason this is extremely hot at the moment is due to the fact that the coronavirus is causing so much fear within the share market as well as within investors and the general public that companies which potentially have vaccines or are going to be doing human trials in the next few months or weeks are likely to increase in value because that's what people really want. This is a fear-driven price response. So if you're invested in a company that is going to come out with results saying, hey, we've got testing of live human testing, for instance, for the coronavirus, a vaccine, then people are going to jump on that. The stocks are going to absolutely shoot up in value. And this can be seen in a lot of different areas, but you really need to be careful to make sure that you're not investing in a dud stock that's trying to ride the hype, which is why for the biomedicine area, I'd recommend short-term trading as opposed to long-term investing. So a couple of companies you may want to look at are Inovio and Moderna, and these are companies which have been speaking about having a coronavirus vaccine ready. You can see that these companies have actually been quite volatile when it comes to its share price, and this is due to the fact that they are consistently reporting and using the coronavirus hype to manipulate, I don't know if that's probably the appropriate term, but basically affect their share price. They're focusing on trying to develop a vaccine, and that's sort of what the market wants at the moment, and as a result the share price is increasing. And I've got to say, I don't doubt these companies aren't actually working towards a vaccine themselves, but effectively what they're doing is releasing news of sort of every single update they get, which is driving their price up significantly. And as I said before, these stocks are definitely not for those people who are very risk averse. The biomedicine sector in general is often very volatile, and more often than not, you'll see a lot of companies trying to ride the hype, claiming they've got a vaccine or a cure to some disease, and they'll do some tests and find, hey, it actually doesn't work, and the stock will go from an all-time high and absolutely plummet to near its all-time or to a new all-time low. And this is purely down to the fact that these stocks are very often, more than not, driven by hype, as opposed to actually having a fundamental base there and a well-established company itself driving profits and revenues, like a gold company that's mining, for instance. These are the two key sectors that I believe are going to do really well in 2020, due to the fact that the stock market is currently not doing absolutely fantastic at the moment for most investors, and the coronavirus is something of a hype at the moment, particularly in the media, so the biomedical area is going to really jump up quite significantly. I'd really love to hear what you guys think are going to be the hot stocks or the hot areas to invest in 2020, because this is going to be a very interesting year. There's absolutely so much going on. You've even got the presidential elections in the US, which I believe are going to affect a lot of different stocks and a lot of different markets over the next few months. And I'm wrapping it up there today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please remember to leave a like down below and subscribe for more content. And with that, guys, I hope you have an awesome day. Cheers.